time to start the show, start the show. It's your Pal Nix reviews, or don't you know? From arcade console gaming and app games pinball, then add a little bit of VR. Come hang out at Nix Reviews, Nix Reviews, Nix Reviews, Nix Reviews.
Alright, welcome to the show. It's your pal Nix, don't you know? How's it going, gamers? Oh yeah, and today on a special episode of Nix Reviews, we are going to take a look at Glenn's Retro Show Thunderstick Studios GRS-KVM System that I recently installed on my iiRcade arcade machine. And for those who don't know what the KVM system is, especially for the iiRcade, we shall show you. Alright, so let's pop open the little browser here and let's go into the pull that up, and right here. Okay, so this is the user manual that I got downloaded after receiving it, QR code, and it'll download this PDF file. And that's the bad boy right there, that hardware right there. You can see my mouse on the screen right there. It is fantastic. So as we scroll down, the introduction, and pretty much just explains everything that it has to offer as an ultimate game changer in retro gaming enthusiast. The GRS-Arcade KVM system, born from the collaboration between Thunderstick Studios and legendary Glenn of Glenn Retro Show, this innovative system breathes new life into your iiRcade machine in the wake of iiRcade's unfortunate bankruptcy and the end of its support. We are stepping up to fill the void, ensuring you get the most out of your investment, which we definitely appreciate. Absolutely, I appreciate it big time. I enjoy it very much so ever since I installed that. So definitely, this is just not a product, it's a revolution in retro gaming. It seamlessly integrates your arcade machine with other gaming consoles. Unlock a universe of gaming possibilities with just flip of the switch. You can transition between the classic iiRcade system and our powerhouse GRS Viper SBC running the Batacera system. Imagine instantly switching your gaming setup without a hitch. That's the convenience we're offering. But why stop there? We put the system through its paces and compatibility with a variety of setups, including iiRcade with Steam Deck and Raspberry Pi models 3, 4, and 5. The GRS iiRcade KVM system also features a versatile controller that adapts to your gaming needs, supporting keyboard, D input, and X input modes. We are all about pushing boundaries, which is why our system includes firmware upgrade via USB functionality to continuously enhance your experience. Plus, with its built-in USB hub, you can connect more devices and elevate your gaming sessions to new heights. The GRS iiRcade KVM system stands out as one of the most sophisticated KVM solutions on the market, designed specifically for gamers. It simplifies complex setups, allowing for easy switching between HDMI sources and peripherals without hassle of cable management. Ready to take your retro gaming to the next level? The GRS iiRcade KVM system is here to make that happen. Welcome to the future of gaming, where innovation meets nostalgia. Now that is fantastic. So it gives you HDMI to LVDS conversion. So that's what helps the compatibility with the stock iiRcades, which I will run through after this. HDMI switching enables seamlessly switching between two HDMI sources and ensuring flexibility video output options. USB switching offers the capability to switch USB port connections between two devices, streaming devices, integration and management. USB encoder for GRS Ultimate Control Deck features versatile USB encoder with 3 switchable modes: keyboard, D input, and X input, enhancing control and capability. Oh yeah, internal power supply comes with 12 volt and 5 volt outputs. Perfect for single board computers. Hard reboot function, which is nice. Audio amplifier, I love that. And the GRS Viper SSB inclusion. powered by the RK3566 chipset, and I must say some of the emulation that I have played so far on that, it runs smoothly. Very, very impressed. And then you've got your USB up, integrated USB up with 3 USB-A ports, expanding connectivity options for peripherals and accessories, and firmware update via USB. It does support firmware updates through USB connection and allows a PC to a PC, allowing users to easily upgrade devices firmware. Alright, we're just going to close that one down right there. Alright, let's go down, scroll down. So, got the manual, and this is just a disclaimer right here. So, you know, it's always a risk when you're modifying your equipment. So, this is just, you know, acknowledge that, you know, if it fucks up, don't blame Glenn. Essentially. And there's nothing to blame. The thing works perfectly. It's fantastic. So this is what comes in the box. So you got all your chipsets here labeled here. So you've got the GRS Viper SBC single board computer. So that's placed right there on the board. Then B, you've got your stock exchange PVC, which will house the necessary connections to bridge both iiRcade Standard and Gold Edition to the KVM system, accommodating their different configurations. So that is a must-needed part that's included with the package. And then you've got C, the audio amplifier, which is right here, and this is the amp control game. So this is something that you can adjust on the fly in the back of the cabinet. I've used this in car audio and stuff like that. I'm familiar with this little knob right here, so you can adjust that, and it comes like preset high, so you can, if the volume does sound a little bit loud, this would be the first thing to go and look at, and just kind of turn it to the left, and then you should be good to go. And then we go D, you've got the HDMI and LVS display converter module, which converts the HDMI input into LSD signal, making it compatible with the iiRcade's display. So that's a fantastic module there. Oh yeah, we scroll down, and then there's the motherboard. F right there is the iiRcade stock motherboard, so that's where you're gonna mount. See, this is there's two levels. So this is the bottom level, and then this is the upper level. So there's two plates. So that's the bottom plate, and then there's another black plate that goes on top, and then that's E right here, which is the KVM motherboard. So it's the heart of the system, and it has HDMI ports right here, labeled A and B. A will be connected to your HDMI out on the Gold Edition, and I'll show you that configuration as we get further down here. And then there's another connection that connects the Viper board. HDMI comes from a cord underneath on this board. It's a USB-C and connects it and converts it into an HDMI, and it gets plugged in here. So out of the box, so this is what it would be, showing you where to mount it and all your connections for the standard edition. No, I didn't do the install for the standard edition, so I can't really talk through this. But what I can do is scroll down to the Gold Edition instructions, which are all the way down here. Okay, so this is what I had to deal with in the box as it came out. So, alright, so yeah, you scroll down, I had to remove those two like it told me. Got them all done, so now it's prepped to now install the iiRcade's motherboard and use the provided screws and mount them in the 4 places here. And then Glenn has these cables labeled with letters and stickers around them, so it's very easy to know where things go based on the instructions given here and how he's got the cables labeled. So you'll find an H cable that'll be listed for gold edition only, and then you'll grab that ribbon and connect it to the iiRcade's board there, and then you're going to connect the HDMI to cable F, which is connected here on the blue board. That's cable F. That'll get connected here, and then you've got your USB cable that you plug in there to give the connectivity, and then you just shove it in the machine as it says right here. And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to undo the control deck so you can easily access the switcher button and plug the cable A from the Viper board that's labeled, and that will allow you to switch from the iiRcade to the Viper board at will, essentially. And then you'll have your two cables here to hook up your speakers, which will be then connected to the amplifier down here that we talked about previously. And then you'll find the monitor cable, then you just plug that into the back of your existing monitor, as well as you'll be using this provided cable that's attached to the Viper board, and you'll be plugging that in. And then you make your connections to that little blue PVC board that we talked about earlier that ties it all together with the monitor connections. Then you take the USB from the GRS control deck and you plug it in to the Viper board here, and you just make sure you plug the power adapter, the original iiRcade power adapter, into the power socket right here, which is located just to the right of where you just installed the USB cable here from the GRS Viper board control deck. Alright, so here we go, and then you're pretty much done, right? It's all hooked up, and then you turn it on, and yeah, which is what we're gonna go do right now. Beautiful. So let's go switch over to that. Let me see here. We got the fire here, and I'm gonna go move over to my iiRcade machine here and get my camera off the view here. Alright, so here we go. So let's move over to my iiRcade machine. So as you can see, I've got the Viper board up and running. Now, right now I've got the iiRcade shut off. I have to go turn it actually back on. But I'm not going to do it at this moment because of the HDMI connections with my capture card. Because I don't have the iiRcade operating system hooked up to the capture card, just the Viper board. So right now we'll just go through the Viper board and everything that and the operating system that you pretty much get to do. So anyway, you press the player 1 button to pull up the arcade menu, and essentially when you first boot this up, it's going to ask you to update it. And trying to think, we go into the systems here, check for upgrade, and exactly, I'm on the latest version of the iiRcade, so congratulations to me. Alright, and so once you've got all that operating system stuff installed, you essentially get a bunch of pre-installed stuff. So you get like a sampler right here. That's a sample game. Cave Story. It gives you these games initially. The Doom. Wolfenstein 3D. A free Asteroids game on Game Boy Advanced. Mr. Boom, that came. And anyway, the other games that I got on here, you can go into the downloader. So we go back into the menu here, and if you go into the game settings and you go down to Game Downloader, it'll show a bunch of systems. Now, keep in mind, not all these platforms supply games right now. When you click on these, you'll figure it out as you go. As of right now, the GB, GBA, GBC, NES and SNES games will not download. You can download N64 on here. Those work. The Master System and Mega Drive, MAME as well. So if you go into the MAME, for example, it says important notice are not hosted by arcade servers. They are downloaded from public available websites. Blah 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 blah. And yes, agree to that. And it'll search downloadable. So what you want to do is, I've got a USB device connected just in the front here as an external storage device, and I'm sure I could plug this thing internally into the existing USB ports that are on the board itself. But this is where I'm storing the game. So right now, you can select the USB. There is an SD card on the board. You can swap out. I'm not too sure the size of it, but there is an SD card port on the board that you could use. But I'm using an external 2 terabyte drive. And then once you've selected where you want to put it to the device, select games to download. So you go through the list here, and it's in alphabetical order, and they're all set on pages on what you want to download. So let's see, let's pick a game I don't have and see if I can get on here. I saw something. What was it? Airwolf? Yeah, let's do Airwolf. Alright, let's go down. Okay, back. So, alright, then you just go down, download selected games, hit the button, and it'll do its thing, and then it'll reload the game list. And then let's see, there it is, Airwolf, the game we just downloaded. Let's go ahead and load Airwolf up. Alright, so there it goes, it's loading it up. Nope, that ROM doesn't work. Alright, sometimes the ROMs that you do download don't work, but let's go pick a ROM that I know does work. 1943. There we go. As I said to my friends earlier, some of the ROMs that you download through this method, some of the ROMs don't work. Trial and error. You can always manually go through the list and take them off. Connect your storage device to a PC, and also load ROMs that way on your PC as well. So here we are. I've got 1943 because I did try to download this game through this method that I just described, and the ROM didn't work. So I went and found this ROM online and put it on my external, found in my ROMs folder, and here we are. So the buttons really work. So the coin up button does work. So I'm gonna go hit that right now. And get the coin buttons, and then yeah, let's play the game. Push start, player 1. And the emulation is fantastic. It's nice and smooth. The controls are like butter. It's so good. This is how you play 1943. This is a lot better than playing on the Core Puck and the Awesome Sauce build that I did have. This is something that we've always wanted, and Glenn definitely delivered, in my opinion. Like, the emulation on this is so good. Yeah. Alright, and then all you gotta do is you gotta hit the menu and player 1 together to back out. And it backs the game right out. Back into the menu here. And you can go down and just load about anything. What else we got here? Bubble Bobble. Let's see if this ROM loads. This is one of the other ones that I downloaded through the downloader. Oh, good. It does work. Alright, sweet. And you can set the, in the options, you can set it to be for widescreen TVs, which will give you the bezel, and I think I've got this set to, so I don't have to have that, so it's nice and full screen, which I don't mind. The nice 19-inch screen that this has. This game looks really good, especially with the BOE monitor that I have installed on this as well. Oh no. Ooh, bubble bobble. Do, 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 do. I remember playing this game in the arcade. I absolutely pumped a lot of quarters in this as a young child. Oh, that wasn't a good place to stand, was it? Get those grapes. Oh yeah. Oh, he got me. And what I really love is like when you choose a game that uses 4-way or 8-way, it automatically switches for you, which is fantastic. emulation is so good. The game looks so good. Oh man, how's it going? How's it going, Goofy? But I see you there in the chat. Oh, I had to go get my phone. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, you gotta get this thing on your gold cabinet. It's fantastic. It's worth it. Yeah, we'll just do that. And then you want to choose switch games, just go boom, menu and player one, back into the menus. Here, let's play a good game. Like, I can use the trackball spinner. How about this game, Badlands? You guys heard of Badlands? I think you guys have. Where is it? Badlands. I got it on here. It's a racing game. So this is, see now, yeah, I just heard my gate switcher switch, so now I just went to 8-way for some reason. But anyway, you can use the joystick to play this game. It's like Championship Sprint, right? Super Sprint. And yeah, so here we go. Let's put a quarter it. Player one. So in this one, you can use the spinner or the trackball to steer the car, which is fantastic. I'm going to use the spinner. Or not the spinner, the trackball. So I'm going to use the trackball here. I think the trackball is like the best to play this. Oh, let's go, go, go. Get some gas. I love it. No, but the cool thing about this is, like, games like that, you can use all the controls, Goofy Foot. That's what I'm saying. Like, a game like this, you could use a spinner or you use the joystick. But, like, I'm using the trackball, like, right now. And actually, it makes it pretty good. This trackball is really responsive. Oh, just comes in. Yes. Steps, you never. Oh, this game used to be in the arcade. I was fortunate enough to play this in the actual arcade. So this is like Super Sprint, right? It was a 3-player racer and it had the same steering wheel. But this is like, you get to use weapons as well. Oh, I'm doing terrible right now. Oh, that green car is getting a huge lead. Ugh. I don't think I'm gonna catch up. No. Ha 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 ha. But not bad. Alright, let's go try another game. And also, when you just hit the menu button, when you're in the MAME emulator, you can go in and actually change the configurations of the controls to your liking. Because not every game it's mapped perfectly. Street Fighter is one of those games I found out. Oh, how about some Donkey Kong Jr.? Oh, I love Donkey Kong. And my gate switcher switched to 4-way for this game, which is nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. Let's go, monkey. Oh. All right, so we got Donkey Kong working there. Oh, look, we got Galaga. That's a classic. It's just the going through its system check. This is normal. There we go. See, there we go. Normal. Not too sure if I can play this with the spinner. Let's see. I don't think so. Or the trackball. No, joystick only. Alright. Woo! Oh, I blew it. Woohoo! Alright, well that's enough of that. That's just an example of how well that game runs. So anyway, let's go out of the MAME emulation and let's go try other platforms. So as you can see, it looks really good emulation. So back out of this and then let's go over to Super Nintendo. Now these ones, like I said, I had to add manually on my PC, so that's why there's no images available and it doesn't have all this nice little stuff filled out here. So what kind of games do I got on here? What can I load? What's a good game? Oh, you know what? Mario Kart. That's always good here. Where we go? Where we got Mario Kart? Oh no, it's under the S's. It's under the S's. Yes, it is. There we go. Mario Kart. Here we go. The Super Nintendo emulator. Let's go. Getting those coins. How's it going, Papa Brad? Woo! And see how smooth that emulation works? Like that's pretty darn smooth. It's like you're playing on the Super Nintendo. And what I found I had to do with this is to go into the configuration, I had to set up the two-player controls. And then once I did that, I can play two-player now, Mario Kart on here. Just like in the olden days. Ooh, gets that drift. Drifted that one. Here we go. Let's get something here. Get some more coins. Ripping it up with Toad, baby. So right out of the box, how the controls were configured, like, it's pretty decent. I got the gas as like what, the A button, hop is C, and B is the item tossing button. So it plays pretty good. I enjoy it. All right, let's get out of Mario Kart here. So like I said, with the emulator, you can go in on a case by case basis and play certain games. Yeah, I was playing Super Mario RPG. It takes a while to just load it up and whatnot to go through the introduction of that game. I won't load it up, but it does run pretty damn freaking smooth, which I'm very, very happy about. I got Super Metroid on here. You know, let's just, everybody likes Super Metroid, so let's type that in. I'll just give you a sampler. Let's let it load up. Yeah, it loads all these games up perfectly.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Smooth emulation. We got smooth emulation. Yeah, right now X is the fire button and B is the jump button, but in the game has its own button mapping as well in game, so you can figure this out as well. How's it going, Glenn? Thank you so much for this product. Absolutely, it is fantastic, and I did figure out how to stream. I got a capture card hooked up, so obviously you don't need to answer that question. This is fantastic. I'm having so much fun. Alright, I'm not going to sit here and play through the whole game. We're here to see the Viper. I think everybody is going to be happy, Glenn. Absolutely. That has got this. I know Brooklyn hasn't hooked his up yet. I'm sure he'll be happy once he got that hooked up. And, yeah, what I haven't tried yet is the online play. So I haven't dabbled in that yet. The only problem I'm having right now with the light gun games, in particular, the ones that have a button that you have to press to fire the secondary, like in Terminator they have the rockets, and Revolution X you have to fire the discs. What ends up happening when you press that button to fire it off, where it's originally mapped to when you plug and play it, it makes your cursor and sight go to the upper left corner of your screen, and that's where it keeps firing the rockets. Like, you can't aim them. It's something, I think it has something to do with the button mapping that I have to go into the emulator and figure out. But yeah, I'm having fun figuring all this out. Let's try some Nintendo games here. What do we got here? I got like 600 Nintendo games here. Oh my god, let's round and round we go. Here we go. Oh yeah. I got Battletoads. Battletoads. Let's load that up. Yeah, that's what I figured to configure, but the light gun game, it works perfectly. With the sight and everything. It's just when you go to use that secondary, it has issues. So yeah, and I'm finding that with a lot of different games, the button mapping is not optimum. So like I said, it's just easy going in yourself and configuring the button presses on game by game basis. The only emulator that I'm not a fan of is the N64, because I don't know how to get into the configuration or menu to configure the button mapping for that. Otherwise, you know, the N64 emulator works really well, plays the games really good. It's just a matter of getting that button mapping accessible for that emulator. And I'm starting to see why this was a difficult project, Glenn, because I looked at the hardware and like all the wires going here, there, and everywhere to make this work. I can't believe that it works the way it does so seamlessly. Switching over from the iiRcade operating system back over to the arcade operating system. And it's playing this emulation really good. Like, oh, this, in some cases, almost plays better than the original hardware. Oh yeah, you got that BOE monitor in there, Brad. Absolutely. Let's see if I can do this little trick. There is a secret with these guys. There we go. There we go. Jump on their backs. There we go. Oh, I just jumped off the map. Ah! And when I first played this game as a child, this scene right here blew me away. This like three-dimensional look. That was so cool. First time I've seen it in an NES game. Alright, so that Nintendo emulator works really, really good. Let's go try some Atari. That's actually where the bread and butter is. I really liked. Let's back it. See, and it's so simple. You just back out, just scroll over. Where's my Atari? Keep going. Did I pass it? I must have passed it. I passed it, didn't I? There it is. Some cherry pick games I got on here. Double Dragon. There we go. We got the original Frogger. Yeah, there we go. Oh, sorry, what game did I want to do first here? So I was playing the other day that I was having fun with. Oh yeah, Sequest. That's down here. Or is it down here? Oh, there it is. Sweet. Atari 2600. I swear, this is a very fun way to play Atari on the joysticks on this thing. I really enjoy it. And then again, with the push of a button, you switch into games. It's fantastic. It's very, very user-friendly. What else we got in here? I'll show you the N64 because the games actually do work. They do play. It's just the button mapping. I can't access that. I don't know what button combination you gotta press to access the config menus to change the button mapping. Because if I could do that and map like all the buttons you need to play some of these titles, it's a game changer. Like the games play so good. This one's sort of playable, Mario Kart 64. The item button you have to press to throw is the coin button, which is all the way the hell over to the right. Right, it's away from your controls over here on player 1. Alright, it's gotta give it a second to load up its Mario Kart. There it goes. Oh, did I pick Mario Party instead? I don't want Mario Party. I wanted Mario Kart. Yeah, I picked the wrong one. There we go. I'll show you how this plays. Because I can actually play this based on the button configurations. Yeah, I really like the interface, Papa Brad. It is really good. It's better than the Awesome Sauce. I like it.
Welcome to Mario Kart. Mario Grand Prix. Select your player. Yahoo! Select map.
It plays N64 emulation very smooth. go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty good at Mario Kart 64. That drifting. Woo! Oh yeah, sorry to hear about your loss, Goofy. Absolutely. Alright, so you see how Mario Kart plays? Yeah, it does. It runs really good, except, like I said, the button mapping is crap for the N64 emulator, and I don't know how to go into, like I said, to configure the controls to my liking, else this would be a game changer. Like, it's nice to have, you know, GoldenEye on here and all this stuff, but the games that have complex controls that utilize, like, all the buttons, like the C buttons, like playing Ocarina of Time, you're not going to be able to play that on this. Because essentially the Z button is mapped over to the coin button, right? So to do the Z targeting, right? When if you've ever played that game, like, how are you supposed to do that? You can't. Now the only thing is, you maybe be able to play these N64 games if you plug in your own controller. That's the only thing I can think of. And maybe it'll map it a little bit better to an actual controller when you plug it in. But how it's currently configured, the N64 buttons in the emulator, it's kind of crap. It's hit and miss. Oh yeah, I'll have to hit the Discord for controller help. But it's just for the N64 emulator because I can't access the menu. I don't know how to access the menu, so maybe someone can tell me what buttons you have to press. Because when you hit the menu button, it just resets the game. So, and usually in the other emulators, when you just hit the menu button, it'll pop up the menu for the emulator, and you can go in and fiddle around with the dip switches and whatnot, with MAME and the button configurations for the Nintendo emulator and Sega. No, the HDMI, no, that's the normal, like, image that it's putting out there. Yeah, that's the whole screen there, Papa Bread. Absolutely. Full screen, baby. And yeah, you can change the aspect ratios. I had it set to when I was playing MAME where it would give me bezels on the side and it wouldn't put the game full screen. So yeah, you can change the different screen ratios for that. So if you press player 1, and I think you go into, I'm trying to think, one of these settings, not this one I don't think, probably systems here, video, arcade max resolution, game resolution, screen width and height. You really don't have to modify this. This one I had to modify the offset by 1. As you can see, the G is kind of cut off. I know I had to kind of, on my BOE monitor, the G's cut off in the upper left hand corner when it's at 0, and if I put it to 1 I can kind of see it, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, RetroArch aspect, so core provided default, adjust games for widescreen, So that's also actually a setting that I had turned on. So that's what gave me the bezels. I believe that setting right there. Yeah, I'm sure you can use the M Classic to do the screen ratio, if anything. So yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. So let's see, back out of this. And like, yeah, your Wi-Fi, it has Wi-Fi, security settings, kids mode on, or disable menus in kid mode, yeah. Allow exiting emulation station, all that good jazz. Auto mount the yeah, the cards, your storage. Accessory settings. Now this is the cool little caveat here. So gate restrictor enabled. So this is what'll automatically switch your gate switchers, I believe, when the games are loaded up. You got bit LCD support, pixelcade support. You can choose what shows up on the LCD, primary and secondary images, the system theme, pixelcade default. So yeah, lots of different options in here. My favorite is like if you have your music library in here, you can like play any song on here that you want. So if you do plan on streaming with this thing, don't put copyright music on this thing. But you can definitely get some files on here and play music to your heart's content and use this as a jukebox, essentially. You know, input settings, so gives you a couple options. Right now it just has two Microsoft 360 pads, which are pretty much the joysticks in front of you. And like I said, so this is actually pretty good if you have arcade games that are 4-player, right, and they're linked to a specific player. So for example, I've got a 4-player Captain America in the Avengers, and I can only play as player 1 and 2, which is this one character in Iron Man. So the other player 3 and 4 I can never play because it's the 4-player version. So if you wanted to play as those characters, you could just kind of, you know, set something up here and away you go. And then it just says yeah, trackball, enabling all this stuff. So lots of settings in here. Arcade mode mapping's on. Yeah, it's all good. Very, very user friendly, I must say. Oh baby. Oh, let's go switch back over to the studio. Oh man, that was fantastic. I'm glad I was able to show you guys a little bit there. And what I might actually do, real quick, if I can get a light back there, show you how you hook this thing up to streaming. Give me 1 second here. I don't know if I'll be able to do this with the green screen filter on. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, it was a fantastic stream. Oh, let's get that all set up. I'm all messing my stream up here. Getting ahead of myself. Oh, beautiful. Oh, let's fix that. Let's get back in there. Love all these things. All this weird stuff happens live. I love it. So definitely, guys, the gate switchers actually do, Papa Brown, I'm gonna answer that question. The gate switchers do automatically switch. Like, so if I'm on 8-way and I load up, let's say, Burger Time. Oh, I'm dropping shit again. Oh my god. I load up Burger Time. It'll automatically switch it to the 4-way gate. And if I go from Burger Time into an 8-way gate game, it'll switch it automatically to 8-way. So that's fantastic. I love that little caveat. You don't even have to reach out and hit the button. So I really am enjoying this. And I can't stress enough that, you know, if this happens to come out on the market again, if Glenn does do another run, pick one up and definitely hook it up. Even if you don't have an iiRcade, or if you have a Legends Ultimate, that you can connect this this operating system to it. It's a fantastic operating system. I really am enjoying it and getting to learn more about it as I spend more time with it. Oh man. And yeah, exactly. This is, yeah, Arcade Who, One Up Who, and what is this, Media One Up Who? Like no. This machine is the way to go. The build quality after all the upgrades, like Arcade One Up, John D, they can't hold a candle to this machine. Absolutely. It's one of the best compact arcade machines, complete compact arcade machines in existence. Yes, that has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Because it is. It does everything that the At Games Legend Ultimate does, right? Because I used to have one. It's half the size of that. Has all the controls the At Games Legends has, all compact, nicely laid out. Has the gate switcher, which is you know, this is a one-up. The At Games never had a gate switcher in it, and easily you can stream from this. It's not that difficult, and yeah, just the whole overall build quality, the monitor, the speakers I've upgraded. It's just one fantastic piece of equipment, and I'm glad I have one of these things. Oh man. But Nix At Games is building the new Death Star. They ain't building nothing. I'm sorry. If they don't build the machine in the same quality of the iiRcade, how solid it is, like, yeah, I love this thing. So good. Oh, it is going to be the best of the best. And like I said, that's one thing that I'm looking forward to is once I get my friends up and running with their Viper boards, we can connect and play online. That's one of the next things I want to try, is to be able to connect somebody online through this, as well as trying the Moonbeam thing, so I can play my Steam games on there, which I'd be interested to do. I have yet to try that out. I'm just dabbling a little bit at a time, just to get more comfortable with using all the options and stuff. And I must say, it didn't take me long to figure things out and to get up and running. So definitely. Carlo iiRcade doesn't have a bit LCD. Yes, it does. It does now. It does now, my friend. You can hook up a bit LCD to this thing, and it'll work on the arcade system, not the iiRcade operating system. The arcade operating system will work. So it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. GRS is going to do full scale. Well, that's the thing. If you can get an operating system that works really well, you got a good chipset that runs everything really good well, is fantastic. Like I said, the only gripe I have right now, that just bugs me a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It's just the buzzing sound. I'm not too sure what's causing that interference. But like I said, it's only when I don't have any sound coming through, like music audio or game audio, and it's just sitting silent with white noise kind of coming through. And even when you power down both of the operating systems, the iiRcade and the arcade operating system, the cabinet is just off. Even when it's plugged in, it still has that buzzing sound coming out of the audio. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But I can live with that. Just unplug it when I'm not using it. And like I said, it's not noticeable when you're playing the games. It doesn't bother me when I'm playing the games, so not a big deal. But check how the wires are routed. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's picking up some kind of frequency. I'll definitely double check, Glenn, for the audio wires, or any wire that's running near that amplifier, and seeing if that's causing some kind of interference. Like I said, I'll have to go through and take a look at it. I had that initial thought too. It's like that's what it sounds like. It's an interference sound that's coming through. So yeah, we'll figure that out. And like I did what you suggested too. I adjusted the gain on the amp on the back, so I turned it down so it's not as noticeable. And it's fine. It's fantastic. And like I said, that's just a minor gripe. Other than that, the thing runs fantastic. I love it. All right. So I think that about wraps it up, everybody. I do appreciate you all for joining me tonight to see the Viper board, and definitely look forward to some future content from this arcade machine with all the games that we could possibly imagine playing on this thing, and the game competitions and everything, and the online. Can't wait. All right. Everybody have a great night, and definitely we'll see you on the next one. Later, everybody.
It's time to end the show. End the show. It's your Pal Nix reviews. Oh, don't you know? From arcade console gaming